In my humble opinion, it goes hand in hand. And I do a lot of talks on leadership, and this guy right next to you, I talk about Boomer a lot as far as the leadership. You can have a great system, which the Patriots do, but I still think you need guys that are going to believe in that system and lead guys. And we talk about it all the time, and this guy I would run through a wall for because he was competitive, he was passionate, he knew exactly what was going on all the time, and that's what you have with the system is you have that Patriot system, and you got a guy like Belichick, the head guy, and then you got Brady who's been there, so it goes hand in hand, I believe.
I always think that Brady, as the star, is willing to be coached. He's willing to be criticized in front of his teammates. He's willing to go out there, be the first guy on the field, be the last guy off the field, be the most prepared on the field. And it's one of the reasons why his brilliance, to me, makes him the greatest quarterback of all time. I know the interesting thing for Anthony, look, you do all this stuff with Ford and the offensive line. And I know it's the offensive line of the week, and the Steelers seemed like every other week they were the offensive line of the week. It was the Steelers, it was Le'Veon Bell running the ball, and then it was like, I think the Tennessee Titans was there a few times, the Cowboys, of course. And then I noticed throughout the entire season, only one time the Patriots' offensive line was the best offensive line of the week via the Ford program that you're working with. Why them only once when you look at their offensive numbers and the balance that they bring to every game?
Well, and again, I promote this, and I wish I had the time to look at every video, and because I enjoy doing that, watching guys play. There's some components. Sean O'Hara has a big say of that. Your buddy Chris Collinsworth in Pro Football, Focus. They do it. I don't know if you've been to their facility. I've been there. I see what they do. They do a phenomenal job. So there's a lot of different components: run blocking, pass blocking, discipline. So there's a lot of things that go into it. So, but I agree with you. I think that the Patriots' offensive line, not only do they not get love as a line, but all the success they've had.
It's amazing. I mean, he doesn't get sacked. He barely gets touched.
Right.
They run the ball effectively, and it's not just this year. I mean, it's been as long as Tom has been there, as long as Josh has been there. It really is quite fun to watch. I mean, just to
Plus,
me,
you plug in backup quarterbacks, they win. I mean, if you have to run one game, they run and they win. If you have to, come out of the shotgun every down, they win. It's just, you played on some great teams. You've been to Super Bowls. I mean, in my lifetime, other than the Yankees run with Jeter and, the core four and those guys, I mean, Jordan and the Bulls, of course. I don't think football has ever seen this. Well, I really don't.
The 49ers, the Steelers, the great Cowboy teams of the '90s were great. But no, this is like 17 years of this.
Right.
So I would agree that no, we've never seen it. But I do think a lot of that goes back to Belichick and his way of doing things.
Well, and you're right, his way. And you hear the guys talk. Even Brady, when he's interviewed, you talk about the Patriot way.